All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning to everybody. Hope you all are well. David Howard in the building. What's up, True to Life? What's going up, Control LeGrew, Gabe Toss? All things in the building. Mr. Mileage. Alan Killian, good morning. Auntie ECI, what's going on? Aunt Chia. Lewis Shipman, what's going on? Literary Situation. Ruben Langford, Joshua Roberts, what's going on, man? On the money line, man. What's going on? Bang Hayes, ADS, what's good? Oh man, what's going on, Heather? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Oh man, we had a good day, man. I took the weekend off, man. Man, what's good? What a great weekend of boxing. Shout out to Bomb Squad. I'll wait for people to come on in the building. I've been off for 3 days, man. That Deontay Wilder fight was fixed. I want to talk. Let's talk about this. I want to talk about this. What's happening, Chew Gang? Well, I'll tell you what's happening, man. I got some funny news for you guys. I got some funny news for you. But it's some funny news that I got to share with. It's not funny. It's kind of, I don't know. You might think it's sad. Let me not yell. You might think that it's sad, but I got to actually tell you guys something because I didn't know it about myself. So, Jamari Live, smash the like. What's up, man? So anyway, I'm going to tell y'all this before. Is Barbara D there? Let me tell Barbara D. I'll just tell Barbara D, are you in the building? I'll talk to Barbara D. It'll make it a little easier. If I say it to like everybody, I might get emotional and cry. I don't want to cry. All right. So Barbara D. Yeah, I'm good. I just had to tell y'all something. I'm autistic. Yeah, I'm good. It just takes a second. I didn't know. I just found out something I didn't know. So anyway, I tell you that to say that that's why I may act funny sometimes. You know? So anyway, I just wanted to say if I have some behavior that every once in a while that you guys think is a little funny, if I act a little quirky, that's the reason. It's not that I'm insane. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that explains it. I didn't know it. I really didn't know. But I just want to let you know that I'm not crazy. No matter what they say. I'm just autistic. So anyway, Yeah. Sorry for being funny, but it's something that you should know. Uh, yeah, thanks. I appreciate you saying it. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys saying it. It's just tough. So, hopefully later on, and as we move forward, I can know that about myself, and I'll be a little bit more. Um, I'll be a little bit more. Balanced if I can. But if I cannot be balanced, just understand that it's not what people say about me. That's not what it is. It's just something different. So, I take a lot of hits from people. So continue to fly with your hits. But, I just want to know. Yeah, that fight was fixed, bro. Yeah, that fight was definitely fixed. Yeah, it was fixed. The Deontay Wilder fight versus Derek Chisora fight was fixed. It was fixed for Derek Chisora. But Deontay Wilder pulled it off. That's all it was. Deontay Wilder is a lot better fighter than you guys think he is. Deontay Wilder made a lot of adjustments with Don House. And he was able to beat Derek Chisora when he was an underdog. I think that this win against Derek Chisora is the biggest win it's the biggest win of Deontay Wilder's career, in my personal opinion. I think this is the biggest win of Deontay Wilder's career. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's the biggest win of his career. Because he had to go into a stadium full of people that do not like him. He had to go in that stadium full of a bunch of people that laugh at him. They call him a conspiracy theorist and says he's an excuse maker. He's just a sore loser. He's lying. His fights weren't fixed. Tyson Fury didn't have his hands down at the bottom of the glove. Tyson Fury is not a cheater. We got all kind of things to say about Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder told you the truth. Because Deontay Wilder said, no, I didn't lose to Tyson Fury fair and square. If I lost to Tyson Fury fair and square, then I would say I lost to him fair and square. But that man cheated me, no. And he refuses just to go along and say what the fuck you want. Excuse me for cussing. He refuses just to go along and say whatever you want to hear because he doesn't want the pain in his head of telling you the lie. Not everybody can lie easily. You hear me? See, as somebody that is, and I mean, I'm telling you, there's a reason why I told you about this autism thing. There's a reason why I told you about it. Because it explains why I'm not capable of lying like that. Little lies, yeah, okay. Did I eat the chocolate bar last night? No, I didn't do it. Yeah, okay, I'll lie like that. But y'all lie systematically to harm people. Let's take LeBron James, for example. Exactly. Let's take LeBron James. Exactly. Dog, anybody can put out a documentary, you fucking idiot. Anybody can put out a documentary. See you later, dude. And let me tell you, now that I understand that my mind is a little different, and because of the way that I act, that my mind is a little different, I'm going to be myself. And I'm going to put your ass out the first time I hear you say something. Okay? No, let me tell you. Hell no, I ain't keeping Bron out of this. LeBron James trying to move $3 billion. Dude, LeBron James thinks black people are stupid. Gilbert Arenas thinks black people are stupid. You hear me? Can you read my comment from the other channel? Yes, ma'am. Oh, I was so excited for him. You said I was so excited for him. Is that right? I was so excited. Ooh. I was so excited for him. He said, it backfired and I'm glad. Hell yeah, it backfired. I know it backfired. I'm a fan. Oh, he said I'm a fan of LeBron. Look, LeBron can say you can be. Look, as a basketball player, that's fine. I'm not tripping on basketball. Don't let that be your whole personality. You still wonderful, wild, fun, phenomenal. Hell no, I can't do it, bro. I'm not stupid. I just know now I don't work. My brain don't work like y'all, so it's cool. Like whatever, bro. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I'm just a different ass dude. That's fine. Trust me. You niggas is whack as fuck. Because if I got, hey, bro, let me tell you what they say about people with autism. You know what they say about people with autism? You know what y'all talk about with people with autism? And I mean this in a very serious way as somebody that understands what the stigma is. You guys think that people that are retarded, that's what you think. You're not allowed to say the R word anymore, but that's what you think. You think that these people are something, that you're better than them. Well, let me tell you 100%. I'll stand on the fact that I'm autistic. And I'll tell you for a fact, I'll destroy any one of you niggas in a debate on anything. So if you think you're so smart, then why the fuck am I destroying you in debates? If something's wrong with me, then something must be wrong with you, because I damn sure keep catching you in everything that you fucking do. Got me? So you can say what you want, but you dumbass niggas can't beat me in a debate. And I know where you're going to be before you get there. You get me? And I know what you're going to do before you do it. So not only can you not do anything about it, I know you're going to do it before you do it. So you niggas have lost to a retard. I just want to let you know, you didn't get your ass whooped by a crazy dude. You got your ass whooped by a retard. No, I ain't crazy. I'm retarded. No, I'm not crazy. I'm retarded, which means something's wrong with you because you can't beat me in a debate, you mentally feeble fuckboy. And I say that with all love in my heart. You niggas are not my equal. You guys are low IQ human beings. Let me tell you, if you cannot beat a nah, bro, let's go. I'm gonna leave you alone. Bye. Oh, muted. Thank you, bro. Now I was just talking shit about blue blood. Bro, you cannot beat me in a debate if you stole something, but you're not gonna rage bait me, bro. So goodbye. Also, I'm also gonna change some things. I'm not gonna let you rage bait me because I know that you guys think this. So your rage baiting is not gonna work anymore. You think you can get the little buzzed up boy to jump all over the place whenever you bug him. You know what I mean? You guys are the schoolyard bullies that pick on the kids in the special education class by throwing rocks at them and shit and acting like you're. And matter of fact, let me tell you a story. When I used to be in those special education classes, because I was in the special education classes maybe from second grade to about freshman year in high school. You know what I used to do to all you real smart niggas that wasn't in the special education class when y'all talk crazy? Beat the shit out you. Beat the shit out you, drag you all over the place, and say, dog, and then I would go talk to the girl that you want and get her. That's what I would do. Anyway, so no, I understand it's a gift. I just want to talk to the people that knew this about me and are out here slandering me and saying all kind of things about me when they know that the source of my mental difference is my autism. Okay? You niggas are picking on the little retarded boy in the little yellow bus is what you fucking think you're doing. And the little retarded boy on the bus whooped your ass. The shit out you. Okay? So keep fucking around with the little special kids and we're going to fuck you up. Okay? I'm not shying away from that, bro. I got out of college. I got out of law school. I worked for Fortune 500 companies, bro. And I did all that shit with a mental impairment. So you niggas ain't been able to do that shit with a fully functioning brain. Got it? So you niggas are underachievers. I'm a massive overachiever. Nobody in my situation is supposed to get to college, let alone get out of it. They're not supposed to get to law school, let alone get out of it. They're not supposed to be able to have and beat people in debates and outthink people. So I'm an overachiever. And I want to say that now I feel more pride in myself. Because now I know, oh, wow, I really had to overcome something. So now you niggas look even worse to me. You look even worse. You're a bunch of Ivy League. You're a bunch of Ivy League. You're a bunch of Ivy League intelligentsia that all got straight A's and got your way through school because you did everything they told you to do. I was a little dude who could figure anything out, but wouldn't do what they told him to do. He won't sit still. He talks too loud. He fights too much. He yells too loud. He won't do what he's told. I'm the bad boy. You niggas are all the good boys. You're all the ones that did what the teacher told you. You remembered to turn your schoolwork in on time. You remember to turn your schoolwork in on time. You can sit there and listen to somebody talk for 3 hours and bore the fuck out you. I can't do that. I can't listen to a lecture for an hour and a half and already know what they're talking about before they say it and then fucking listen to them the whole hour. I got to get up and walk out because I can't sit still. Matter of fact, if I'm in a classroom, I got to walk out that classroom at least 5-6 times because I got intention, because I got mental issues. My mental issues that I understood what you said the first time, and I can't stay focused. But you dummies can stand there and just listen and repeat like parrots. And you think because that's how you got all the way to where you got, that this little retarded boy wouldn't come get you. Anyway, I just want to say shout out to all the little niggas with mental health issues. I would like to say shout out to all the people that got to overcome things. Shout out to you. I said somebody Yahweh said they tried to put me on Ritalin because I knew too much and that. Yeah, they put me on Ritalin. I was on Ritalin when I was like 11. They put me on Ritalin when I was like 11. Absolutely, bro. They had me in a little special class, everything. I just didn't know it was autism. But it don't matter to me. I don't care. I'm smarter than you niggas. So you can say what you want. You give me a problem, I'll solve it. However you give me the problem, I'll solve it. I don't need to know the math formulas. You get me? And I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about myself a little bit today because this is something that I just found out. Bro, and I can tell you now, as somebody that has this, bro, I don't need equations to solve math problems. I don't even need equations. You can ask me the question, I'll give you the answer. Also, I don't even need to study to know things. Don't even need to study. I literally can put my hand on a book. I can flush through the book. All I got to do is see the pages. I don't even have to read it. All I got to do is see the whole page. Trust me, I'm going to pull off that book, everything off that page. If I read it, I know what it means, and I will never forget it, and I can't stop. So let me be very clear with who you playing with and who you've been stealing from. No, brother, I can't even stop it. I can't stop it. It's not even possible. I can't stop thinking. I think 24/7 when I'm asleep. Can any boxer beat John Jones in MMA? No. Barbara D, thank you so much, Barbara. I appreciate it. Martin, don't sweat the small stuff. You're an awesome guy, an amazing overachiever. Keep on overachieving. Much love. They can all kick rocks with open-ended shoes. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Barbara. Not bro. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much. And thank you to the other supporter. Sammy said, do no harm. No, I can do harm. That's something else I can do. I can do you great amounts of harm. So let's talk about LeBron James for a second. And let me tell you, he said, how'd you find it? Let me tell you how I found out. I was sitting, my wife tried to tell. My wife works with autistic kids. And my wife is an occupational therapist. And we were watching a show. And it was about relationships that autistic grown-ups have and how important it is for autistic kids to have autistic people and people that have those different issues to be able to be with their people of their same kind. So it was like a love story. And I didn't really want to see it because my niece is autistic. And I won't say anything about it, but my niece is autistic. So, but hers is more, it presents in a different way. It presents more severe than mine does. So when I was looking at this guy and he was talking, I was like, man, there's nothing wrong with this guy. Like, I was like, why are they saying that I was like, there was a guy who was like perfectly normal. And he was in a house, it was a nice house, and he was saying, he was just talking normally. And then he said, yeah, but when it comes to the computer, he did this. He was like, yeah, but when it comes to the computer, I just can't do that. I can't do that. He said, I can't do that. I can't do that. And when he said, I can't do that, I can't do that, I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. And it hit me hard. I can't do that. I can't do that. The way he said it. And so for me, when he said it and I saw him say, I can't do it, I can't do it. That's like when people say, man, Martin, why do you care so much about Gervonta Davis? Like, why do you care? Why do you think about this? Why do you care? And it's like, I can't let go. I can't let go. Like, it's in the back of my mind every morning. I'm like, I can't let go. I can't let go. I can't let go. Like, no joke, bro. I can't let go. I can't let go. So when I heard him say that and the way his face did this, I felt it. I was like, fuck. That's how I am about listening to people too long. That's what I'm like. That's what I'm like sitting in a movie. I can't listen to a whole movie. I can't watch a whole movie. I can't watch a whole TV show. I can't do it unless you dope me up. I can't do it. So I was like, no, and other people are like, no, you can do it. Just try. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't. So anyway, just the way I'm going through it now, that loop I just got in, that's what they're in. They're in a loop. And unless you understand that, it's tough to understand if your mind doesn't work like that. That man is in a loop. He's like very, very, he say, because we figured it out. It's like, you figured out it's a loop and you got to break the loop. And because these people, you're in a loop. And if these people around you don't let you out that loop, you'll be in that loop forever. And it's kind of like, yeah, so it's hard for me to explain. It really is. You got to think like that to understand. So I understand how he thinks. And it's easy for me to say, okay, yeah, I could get why he can't do that. Like, people would tell me, oh, Martin, if somebody offered you $100 million to sell out, would you do it? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, man, I cannot fucking do it. I can't do it. I cannot sell out. $100 million, I can't do it. The money wouldn't mean anything to me. I'd be fucking freaking out all day. I can't do it. Like, I cannot sell out. I can't do it. And I can't turn coat on people. And I can't separate from people. If I love somebody, I love them. And that's it. And it's going to be that way forever. It's tough. And I'm telling you, if you do something, I remember it forever. So anyway, yeah, man, I just want to let y'all know why I'm so weird. And the next time you hear somebody sitting there and saying, oh, Fanon is crazy. Nah, just say the man's autistic. Don't call me a genius. Call me autistic. I'd appreciate it if you would just tell him. You know what I mean? Like the times that I went to the hospital and I told y'all I had to go to the hospital. Bro, that's related to autism. That's a peak of my autism. So if I'm not with myself and I'm not really together, then it's going to happen like that. I understand because I've been living with it and I've been fighting with it for a long time. So the next time somebody tells you on an internet show about Fanon is a liar, no, just say Fanon is autistic. He's autistic, and you probably shouldn't fuck with him because he's never going to let that shit go. And I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm a very powerful man. I'm telling you right now, yes, I have handlers. Yes, I have handlers. Yes, I do. So you guys better fucking believe that I don't appreciate what you guys have said about me when you know full well what the situation is and how you represented it to the public as me being crazy or degenerate. When you guys know full well that I'm an autistic adult, and you slandered my name with that, and you guys and you guys are connected with people that knew the diagnosis, and you guys egged me on, and I'm talking to the people that know me personally. I'm talking to you personally when I say this, and I don't mean this in any type of negative way. Or you guys knew this. And you guys specifically place stressors around me that make me act up. so that you can get what you want done. If you know somebody has a trigger and they cannot help but go, you just push that trigger all the time so that you can constantly see somebody mad, constantly yelling. You can constantly say all of those things. That's why you do that to me. You do it to me because you know that that's the reaction that you're going to get. And you tell people ahead of time, watch me make Martin jump. Watch me make Martin do this. Because you think that that is control because you are manipulating a person that has a autism diagnosis. No matter how high functioning it is, you know full well I have an autism diagnosis. And you push my buttons on purpose. And I'm talking to people that I know. So I'm talking about in my personal life, in my personal business life. So you guys are busted and you are absolutely fired. And you can have no say-so about whether or not you're fired or not. Because I don't need your protection. And I certainly don't need you backstabbing me. And I don't need you manipulating me. I don't. I need help. Yes, I do. I need help with my daily living. I'll admit it. I do. I need help with my day-to-day living. I do. I need assistance with my day-to-day living. I do. I'll admit it. I have limitations to my functions that where my money, my authority, all of them can be tucked away whenever you claim I'm going crazy. But if this is the way that I always am, if this is just who I am, then you have no control. But yet you want to pick me up and claim it's mental illness so that you can have control over that money. That's what you've done to me. And I'm letting everybody know it. I don't hide behind anything. I am an autistic male. And I have certain limitations on what I can do and what I can't do. What? You think that's some shocker? Cool. But let's talk to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Now, I say what I said, and you guys can tell everybody in the boxing world this. Yeah, Fanon is autistic. Go ahead and say it. So now you know who you're dealing with. Okay? Anyway, I'm also extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Because of this. And you all have been playing around with people that have been stealing a lot of money. Stealing and misappropriating a lot of money under the guise of agency. Yes, you have been. You've been moving a lot of money around. Let's talk about this $300 billion. Let's talk about this $3 billion LeBron James tried to steal. Let's talk about Nashville, Tennessee, if you don't mind. I want to get off boxing for a second, and I want to get on Nashville, Tennessee, because I got some friends in Nashville, Tennessee that needs to hear this. You guys think you're slick. You think you're slick. You want to steal $3 billion from the city of Memphis. That's $300 million over the course of 10 years. Yeah, I mean Memphis. No, I'm not talking to the people in Memphis. My people run Memphis. I ain't talking to nobody in Memphis. My people run Memphis. You hear me? We run Memphis. I ain't got no problems with Memphis. None. I'm talking to the NBA, and I'm talking about them people over there in Nashville. And I'm talking to specific people in Nashville. Specific people in Nashville. You don't have any authority, buddy. You don't have no. Oh, what do I think his angle is? There's some people that live in Nashville that want to move money from the budget of Memphis into the budget of Nashville. They want to move $300 million. They want to move $3 billion from. Oh, I'm not really paying attention to you, bro, because I don't have any plaque on my teeth. Have a nice day, bro. LeBron James is trying to steal $3 billion worth of political power from Memphis. That's what he's trying to do. They're trying to steal $3 billion out of the city, out of the economy of Memphis and move it over to Nashville. That's what they're trying to do. And that's all they're trying to do. LeBron James don't give it. LeBron James can sit his bum ass in any hotel. I don't give a shit. If LeBron James doesn't want to stay in that fucking hotel, tell a nigga to rent out a mansion for the night. Nobody's going to make him stay in a hotel. He can take his bum ass to a mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, and have servants all over the place every time he goes there. What do you mean? Nobody's making him stay at that hotel. That's horse shit. And who gives a fuck that you don't want to be there? Who gives a fuck? So what that you don't like being there? So what? You're a basketball player, bro. You don't live there. Your job is to go there, entertain the fans, and get the fuck out of the city. You're not supposed to like it. Who cares if you like it? Dog, there's 30 teams, there's 30 NBA teams, bro. Memphis is the 25th biggest city. You got 25 teams. There's gonna have to be a fucking city with bad hotels. What are you talking about? You think there's 5-star hotels, huge hotels in Oklahoma City? Get the fuck out of here. I go to the best hotels in Oklahoma City. There ain't no good hotels in Oklahoma City. The fuck you talking about? Utah Jazz? You think that there's this, where it's Utah. Dog, there ain't, man, get out of here. The Chiefs play in Kansas City. Where the fucking mega hotels in Kansas City? Where? Get out of here. All you're trying to do is steal the money. Come on, bro. Let's just get to the point. This dude is working with some Jewish cats out in fucking Nashville or financiers that want to get the face of basketball, LeBron James, to be the figurehead behind moving $3 billion of money. The same way that Brett Favre was responsible for stealing all the money from Mississippi and putting it into a fucking program where he took the money. What's the difference between LeBron James and Brett Favre? Nothing. There's no difference between what LeBron James has said and what Brett Favre said and did, except for Brett Favre is stealing a lot less money. Like, get out of here. Rich Paul, you not slick, bro, and don't get put on a box, okay? Yeah, he was talking about the kid's bread, Martin. Whose kid? I don't know. Hey, yeah, he was. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about, I don't give a shit what he's talking about. I know the effect of what he said. All I know is the effect of what he said. You're joking about these people losing $3 billion over the course of 10 years. And you're going to use it, the excuse is they got bad schools. Man, let me tell you about Rich Paul. Dog, Rich Paul better shut his ass up. He shut his ass up quick. No, Rich Paul got his ass where Rich Paul should be. Rich Paul shut his ass up because Rich Paul ain't stupid. Rich Paul got to walk around the streets. Rich Paul ain't stupid. Only people stupid are the ones that get up underneath them people's ass and think they can be protected. Let me tell you something, bro. If you try to move $3 billion out of somebody's city, somebody going in a box. You hear me? Like, I don't care what you say. If you're the nigga responsible for Memphis, Tennessee losing $3 billion, nigga, somebody's going to wind up in a box. I don't give a fuck what you say. At the end of the day, one of you niggas is going to wind up in a box. So keep talking, LeBron. Keep talking, LeBron. You move $3 billion out of Memphis, nigga, you're going to be on a box. And you're literally going to be on a milk box. You're not stealing $3 billion out of people's economy. You better get the fuck on. Like, what do you think this is? You think people play about shit like that? Big boy? Nigga, you better bounce that ball and shoot. Don't let them sit you up there in the middle of this movement and they hold you responsible because you're sitting up there playing golf and you get a $30 million contract, bro. LeBron, we already know you fucked up black businesses at State Farm. Let's talk about LeBron's sellout ass at State Farm Insurance. State Farm doesn't do any business with black people anymore as direct business, other than the agents that are selling the insurance. Other than the agents, they ain't got no black businesses in State Farm anymore because LeBron James got the fucking contract. So don't tell me shit. I know when LeBron James got that fucking money because State Farm wanted to give a bunch of money to a black company to grow a black company and make a black company big. But instead, they acted like they didn't want the fucking, oh, I'm so pissed. These fucking people acted like they didn't want the specific type of business. Oh, we don't want this specific type of business. We want who, and what do they want? They want LeBron James to get a State Farm deal. They want LeBron James. All the money that was going to fucking hire and work for black companies went to one fucking payment for that Uncle Tom, LeBron James. So get fucking LeBron James out of my face. LeBron James and these basketball players go around stealing black people's contracts at major corporations. Yes, they do. Just like those sellouts will never go to a black college and university. They won't do it unless they get fucked over. And the only time that as soon as they go to a black school, like Deion Sanders' bitch ass, he immediately goes to Colorado as soon as he can get the job. Nobody wanted to hire his bum ass. Nobody wanted to hire any of those guys. They go to a black school, and because there's not enough money at the black school, they get their Uncle Tom, their same Uncle Tom shit going again, like they did in college, and say, oh, the white people are the ones that pay me the most money to go to their colleges. So then the white people are enough to give me enough money when I go to their businesses, so they don't got to pay any real black businesses any money. So the black people can't grow any generational wealth. They give it over to people like LeBron. They give it over to people like Floyd Mayweather Jr. They give it to young men that don't know no better. LeBron James is a kid. He's a kid. I don't hold anything too tough against him. He's 40 years old. He's still a kid. He still plays basketball for a living. He ain't went through no hard times. He ain't went through no hard times in 25 fucking years. That dude been in the league he been a multi-millionaire for most of his life. And that's why he walks around talking like that, acting like that, thinking like that. Because he's been bought since he was a 17-year-old kid out of Akron, Ohio. And let me tell you something, LeBron. What if we move Goodyear? What if we move Goodyear out of Akron? What if we move you know what? Matter of fact, I think we should do this. I'm going to write a note. I don't like the hotels in Akron, Ohio. I'm going to write a note to the CEO of Goodyear Tires and tell him that he needs to move his company to Kansas City because we don't like your hotels. If you don't spend $1 billion on hotels with us, we're going to move your fucking team over to Nashville. Now let's tell you how the Little Caps do it. Let's talk about all the people around LeBron. The people around LeBron are the ones that are going to get the contracts if the deal goes through. Okay? Also, They're the ones that can say, well, if you don't want to lose your basketball team, Memphis, then you need to spend $300 million of your money on a new hotel. And we don't want you to put any money in education. What we want you to do is we want you to revamp your whole downtown so King LeBron can feel good when he walks around. Fuck LeBron. And I hope his knee blows out. Fuck LeBron, and I hope his knee blows out, and fuck his kid too. And by the way, let me talk to Gilbert. Oh, let me stop before my wife puts me off. All right, see, I told you I'd be spazzing. I told you I'd spaz. That's why I be spazzing. Let me tell you the con game they're playing. They're either going to move the team for $300,000, for $300 million, and take $300 billion out, or they're going to force Memphis to spend $300 million on a new hotel. Right? That's the quandary they're trying to put my guy in. Shout out to the mayor of Memphis. We ain't going for it. They're trying to put the mayor of Memphis in this conundrum. Either lose Memphis, the basketball team, and all that revenue, or support us in moving all the money out of public schools and into charter schools. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you the game they're running, okay? Because they fucking think they're slick. It's one guy. If they think they're going to win either way. See, LeBron's bumped his big ass lips and he says, oh, I don't like the hotel. These are terrible places to stay. None of my friends, us rich basketball players, all of us rich basketball players, we don't like the hotel. We don't like the hotel, and we're not. And we won't sign with your team. And if I'm a new high school player, I'm just gonna refuse to sign with your team until you trade me to where I want to go. You fucking clown. So basically, LeBron is playing the token. He's just a fucking figurehead token that is trying to force the mayor of Memphis to either invest their resources in new schools, basically give them all the money from their public school budget and allow them to manage the schools through charter schools, because that's what the fuck LeBron James does. He's got charter schools. And LeBron James is not being generous with his school. What he's doing is running a land grab. Is what it is. He doesn't pay any money for that fucking school. What he does is he puts his name on it. Three other people put some money down. He owns the property. The government pays his rent and his mortgage for the next 30 years. And at the end of it, he flips it and he gets the money. That's all it is. All he's doing is investing in the gentrification of his own black neighborhood by bringing in a private school. If he wanted to do that, if he wants to help the school system, why doesn't he help the public school system? The public school system, not his private system, not his private school that takes funding from the public school and puts it in the private school. Why doesn't he take his own money and let the money stay in the public schools? Why? Because he's the same people that gave him the State Farm contract are the same people that want to give him a deal to be an owner on a team, are the same people that gave him the Nike contract. All of them. And I know who you are. And I know who you are. I know who the people are that are doing it. And they're fucking peons. LeBron, they're peons. The guys you're dealing with are fucking, I don't want to cuss. They are what you call insignificant people. All of your billionaires that they are nothing. All of your billionaire buddies. For now, bro, you got to go. See you later, dude. I don't give a shit if you love me for now. I don't want you niggas to love me. I'm telling you right now, I don't even believe in love. I'm sorry, bro. I think love is an imagination and is a byproduct of my mental illness, bro. No, I'm not giving a shit about Donald Trump. I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't want to hear none of this crap. All I know is this. When NBA players start playing around with billion-dollar deals in Memphis, for strange reasons, they wind up coming up missing. Okay? So I'm not trying to hear that shit, okay? Because your boys can come up missing. You know what I mean? You can come up missing. So I ain't worried about what LeBron James. I don't want the money to go nowhere. I want Memphis to keep the money. I don't care about their educational system and what, dude, LeBron James is going to send his kid to private school. The only people that suffer from the public school system are the people that are supposed to suffer from the public school system. And do you know why I say that? Because they don't want the money in the public school system because there's no jobs. Why would you educate somebody to do something where you don't intend for the job to be there in 10 years? Let me repeat. Why would you care about educating people beyond what they need to know for the economy that's going to be there in 10 years? You don't. They don't believe in your future. They don't. LeBron James thinks, because he was trained to think this, that his job is to get away from black people. Away from black people. Gilbert Arenas was trained to believe his job is to get away from black people. It would never, let me tell you something. What if I was to tell you, and this is completely make-believe, that if I was worth $100 trillion, if I was worth $100 trillion, I would still live in the same neighborhood I lived in now. Why would I move just because there's more money sitting in the bank if I have what I need? Let me tell you what they do to black people that succeed. They always tell you to leave your community. Get out of here, guy, leave. That's not the black community telling you. That's not the black community telling you to leave. The black community in your community wants you to stay. They want you to stay in the community. They want you to be there in the community. They don't want you to leave the community. They want you to stay there. They want you to add vibrancy to the community. They want to see stars walking around their neighborhood that are from their neighborhood. But no, you guys all want to ostracize yourself from black people. Every time you get a dime, you think it's your job to go somewhere where black people are not. Because you're trained for that. And why are you trained for that? How are you? Because they make the money, they take the $3 billion away. What do you think is going to happen to the schools when you take $3 billion away in revenue for the city? What do you think is going to happen? The city's going to get worse. So LeBron James' solution is to move the money out? No, because LeBron is ignorant. LeBron is a dumb jock. Okay, I'm sorry to break it to you. I hate to tell you this. These athletes are dumb jocks. They're not unintelligent. They're just ignorant. And they don't have the proper perspective because they are blinded. Listen to Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, if you don't shut up, Ryan Clark, if you don't shut your fucking pie hole, Ryan Clark, you ass-kissing Uncle Tom. Shut up. You do not have the solutions to these problems because you don't have no money. Shut up. Bro. I don't care you've been to a black community. There's no community where things are equal. I live in white communities. There's poor white areas in every community has poor people. Do you not realize that there are more poor white people than there are black people? It's just the goggles that they put on your eyes. Bro, white people in America are in a fucking bad shape. They're uneducated. They don't have health insurance. Their teeth are fucking rotten out. There's a fentanyl fucking crisis in Memphis with all kind of white people there. There's all kind of homeless white people in Memphis. They need the fucking money. The white people in Memphis need the money. The black people in Memphis need the money. Man, what are you guys doing? You don't know what you're doing. You're being led by people that have already been there, right? They were the thieves. The nigga that I'm talking about in Nashville, Tennessee, bro, and trust me, bro, I'm going to say this quietly. To the nigga I'm talking about in Nashville, Tennessee that's listening to me, brother, you'll be up underneath something. Brother, you know. Don't fuck around and try to play both sides of this, buddy. Do not try to play both sides of this, buddy. Don't try to look this way when the shit's this way. Don't try, buddy. There'll be a lot of slow singing and casket bringing. You got me? There'll be casket bringing and slow singing, buddy. You are not moving $3 billion out of that city without a fight. And I mean a fight. I don't mean an argument. I mean a fight. If you don't have the muscle, you better sit your ass down because we're going to fight you. And I mean fight you. I don't mean argue with you. I don't mean see who can call the governor. I don't mean seeing who can win a debate in a city council meeting. I mean literally, nigga. I mean literally niggas in cars and planes going there looking for you. So you, sir, who I'm talking to specifically in the state of Nashville, who knows full well who I'm talking to, son, Sands, don't think I won't do it. It'll be the worst time of your life. It'll be the worst thing that ever happened. I promise you. It'll be the worst thing that ever happened to you. And there's already been bad things happening to you. Do not think you're going to play this dog and pony show around people that really know and control what's going on. I don't care if every single solitary Memphis player gets up on a stand and waves banners and walks around that stadium 100 times. Them Negroes better get their asses back in that damn bus, pick up their fucking basketball, and keep it moving. Because we're going to keep this $3 billion in the city of Memphis because we need to educate our sons and our daughters. And we need to be able to have a big political base in this city so that the black people who are Democratic can have some counterbalance to you Republicans in Nashville. Now, I'm talking to somebody in particular who has no weight whatsoever other than their relationship with me. I'm telling you, your only strength is your relationship to me, and you don't have that. So sit your ass down. And I'm talking to you specifically, and I will make an example of you specifically. And you know it. So keep playing. Keep being the Mr. Smart guy. Bro, yeah, wow, Democratic, yeah, we lost. No, bro, I'm not a Democrat, dummy. I'm not a Democrat, you idiot. I don't even vote. What I said is there needed to be a counterbalance to state funding, you idiot. So if there's no tax base in Memphis, do you know what that means? That means there's no state or federal funding for the schools in Memphis. If they don't have political representation in Nashville as a minority party, there is nobody arguing for black people in the state of Tennessee, which is almost entirely Republican and run by white people. Thank you very much. I don't vote. The elections are already know what's going on about who's getting elected. What matters is where the money is moved. So, yes, I voted for no. I need to get my money. Barbara D, I give my money. I voted for president because I knew I wanted Kamala Harris to be mayor. I mean, I wanted her. No, I pick mayors, Barbara. If I want a mayor elected in Memphis, I'll get a mayor elected in Memphis. I'm the guy that told the last mayor to run. I told him to run. I was sitting down and talking to the mayor of Memphis maybe about 3 years ago. And I was like, bro, it's time for you to run for mayor. When are you going to run for mayor? And he said, I don't know. And I say, bro, it's your time to run for mayor. Run for mayor. So he announced his election for mayor. We dropped a bunch of money. We dropped, legal money on him. Got him to the head of the fundraising. He was the number one money raiser. And then because of that, he became elected. He did his thing and he got elected mayor. And I'm not going to ask him for anything. I don't need to talk to him. I'll talk to him when he gets out of office. But no, his job and the reason we put him there is for him to do the things we know he'll do. And if there was a Republican there, we do the same thing for Republicans. I'll do the same thing for a Republican. I'll support a Republican if that Republican is going to do what I ask him to do and he's going to do the things we need to get done. Absolutely, I would fund a Republican. Fund Republicans all the time. So no, man, I play both sides of the alley. I'm into getting shit done. I'm not into like, oh, let me walk to the poll. No, bro, let me give this guy some money. Because AIPAC and those guys buy all the politicians. We're the only people that can afford to outbid AIPAC for politicians. And I'm going to say it proudly. I can outbid AIPAC easily. If I want to raise money for a candidate and AIPAC wants to run up, no, the network that I set up is bigger than their network. It's bigger. So what they do a lot of times is they join the network. So if we support somebody, AIPAC backs them. And then after AIPAC backs them, then AIPAC buys them off. It's not a matter of a lot of these politicians getting in because of AIPAC and Israel. No, we get them in office. And once they get in office, then they get I need a bigger office. Oh, why don't you fight Israel? Oh, why don't you kiss the Wailing Wall? Oh, we can give you a job at this corporation. Oh, when you retire, what are you going to do? We can give you a job at a lobbying firm. That's how they do it. And they can't outbid me. They can't outbid me. AIPAC can't outbid me. They can't. No way. Everywhere I want somebody elected and they want somebody elected, I win. Every time. They cannot outbid me. They can't outspin me. They can't do none of that. Every time. And I have a record. And you can go ask Kasim Reed. You can ask Adrian Fenty. You can ask Mayor Harrington. You can ask Mayor Daley. You can ask Kwame Brown. You can ask Kwame Brown. You can ask Mayor Harrington. You can ask the Mayor Jackson. You can ask any mayor of New Orleans. Any politician that I support wins. Any politician that I support wins. Because I got more money in my financial network than they do. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll shut up. When you get a president elected, let me know. When you get a president elected, let me know. Last time I checked, you can Google me. Last time I checked, Barack Obama wrote a letter saying that our family was the reason that he had a political career. What are you talking about? We're the reason Barack had any political career in Chicago. Until we fucked with Barack lost to Bobby Rush. Barack Obama lost in the House of Representative race to Bobby Rush because he was on the outs in Chicago. I supported Barack. I told my dad about Barack. I told my brother about Barack. I was the one that invested the money and the time in him. So you can say what the fuck you want. And I did that shit in my 20s. And I did it right after I got Adrian Fenty. I basically funded Adrian Fenty getting elected in D.C. I did the same thing with Adrian Fenty. I brought him to Chicago. I raised him a ton of money before anybody else knew who he was. He won his election. And then when Barack ran, Barack had the same fundraising network in DC. Bro, I've got expansive fundraising networks in New Orleans, in Memphis, in Nashville, in New York, in LA, in Chicago, in Indianapolis. I've got huge networks of people that give money, to candidates. Huge networks of them. So don't tell me nothing. I'm a political science major and I'm autistic. So what I did was I designed a system like Temple Grandin designed. I designed a system where I have a network where all I have to do is give a little money to somebody, and then everybody else in my network is going to give the money to the same person. So what are you talking about? We're the reason that Bernie Sanders had all of those individual people give him those dollar donations. Where do you think that money came from? Bernie Sanders. And as soon as Bernie Sanders got that money, he did what? Like they all do. They sold out. So we're not going to go the Bernie Sanders routes anymore. Anyway, you guys can play boo-boo if you want. There's real people out here in the world that really do these things. Okay? That's what I do. That's what I did. That's what I have. Yeah, they roadblock. Dude, they indicted all my... Let me tell you something, bro. They indicted Ray Nagin. Let me tell you, they indicted because my network was the I-55 corridor. I'll tell you what my idea was. I figured that if I could get every mayor that was down the I-55 corridor, which meant Detroit, Chicago, Memphis, Jackson, New Orleans, if I could get all of those mayors to meet with one another and agree to combine their fundraising efforts in a designed fashion, then we could dominate a line that goes straight through the middle of the country, and that nothing will be able to move from the East Coast to the West Coast, or to the West Coast to the East Coast, without passing through us. And in order to get anything through, you're going to have to pay taxes to us for everything that moves along that corridor. And then my next move was to go out east. And then we were going to get New York City, we're going to get Miami, we're going to get Baltimore, we're going to get DC, and we're going to control the ports on the East Coast. That's what my plan was, and that's what I accomplished. My fundraising network, not just my money, not my personal money, but my fundraising network on the East Coast stretches from all the way at the top of the country, all the way down through Florida to Miami. Every major city, we can raise at least $10 million out of every single solitary major U.S. city. And we can get it from registered voters directly because we have the voter rolls. So let me tell you something. No, bro, I don't have to vote. Dummies. I don't have to vote. I made it so I don't have to vote. My competition is AIPAC. I'm just going to be flat with you. You guys want to think there's no brilliant black political scientists in the United States. I'm saying, yes, there is. One is me. I'm a brilliant political scientist. And I locked up, you cannot move anything east and west without us. And you can't get anything inside from the West Coast without us. You can't. You can't. And it's funded. And by the way, California ain't nothing but Hollywood, and we got that too. You know how much money we get out of California from politicians in California? Come on, man. Shout out to Gavin Newsom. Why you fucking think Gavin Newsom wins? But that's okay. He said, preach for now. We all watching you from our work. Shout out from Detroit. Yes, sir. Yeah, we know the deal. Bro, I'm not talking about none of that newspaper shit you talking about. Go away. I'm talking about real shit where people move stuff around the United States. You have to be able to move product from when you get it into New York City and you bring it in through the port of Baltimore. You got to have to get that material out of Baltimore's ports, and you're going to have to get it throughout the country. Bro, you cannot do that without us. You can't do it without us. You can't move anything without us. You can't. Which is why the police, you can't, that's why I can call the police on you. I can get you arrested for anything. It's very easy. I'll never do it. I would never do it. But to get you arrested, let me tell you what I do to get these RICOs on people. All I got to do is complain about it. And then the fundraising network that I have is going to take care of it. That's it. Just like you guys think you can throw Gervonta Davis in jail because you got a fundraising network in Miami. You think because you guys got money, and that's why you had to bring Turkey Al-Sheikh in here, throwing all his money all over the place like a fool. That's why you did it. Because there's nobody in the United States, no United States entity can overcome the fundraising network that I set up. And guess what? It is Republican. It is Democrat. It don't matter. We don't care what party you in as long as you go with the plan. As long as you go with the plan. That's it. That's all we care about. Lenny said, hey, they tried to rob us for one time for the squad, for sure. Bro, you don't know who you fucking with, bro. But they do. Those NBA players know me, bro. Magic Johnson knows me, bro. Shout out to Magic Johnson, bro. Let me tell you about my business meeting with Magic Johnson. Dog, Magic Johnson went out of his way to meet me. To let me know what business he was in and what he was doing. He was very polite and he called me Mr. Blackwell. He shook my hand and introduced himself as Irvin Johnson. Come on, bro. The Blackwells out in Philadelphia, bro. The Blackwells run the East Coast. I mean, you would do. My name is Martin Blackwell. You already know the Blackwells run Philadelphia. You already know that Philadelphia, New York, and all that shit has been around. You already know we run Virginia. My name's Blackwell. You already know this. So you just don't know about the other side of it. You don't know about the rich white people like Fred Smith. Dog, you don't understand how wealthy my white cousins are. You guys just know about the Blackwell side, the black political side that controls the East Coast. You know, you guys used to call it the Black Mafia in Philadelphia, the Blackwell clan. You know them, the ones that are famous that you know about, the ones that, are you related to them? Yes, dummy, I'm related to them, obviously. Anyway, they are just a subsection of our family, a small subsection. No disrespect to the cats in Philly. Shout out to Philly. Love Philly. Anyway, we run Philly. We run New York, bro. We run the East Coast. So you guys, all this bullshit you guys been popping is just a bunch of tethers. Let me tell you who you are. You're a bunch of immigrants. No disrespect to you, but you guys are a bunch of immigrants. You guys just got here. You're second generation Africans. I love Africans. You got second generation Dominicans, second generation Indian. Bro, y'all don't know the lay of the land, homie. You don't know the lay of the land, buddy. You think white people own everything. They do, but guess what? There are black people in the white people's family. That white family owns everything, but they've got black family members. So, and they don't think about it like that. See, you think of these rich people as white people. They don't think of themselves like that. They think of themselves as just normal ass people who got skin that's light. And they see other members of their family whose skin are dark, and they don't see them as a black Negro, somebody different. They just see him as their cousin, right? So say Fred Smith, who owns FedEx, right? Rest in peace to Fred Smith. Bro, you realize that Fred Smith is cousins with the Koch brothers? Do you realize that there's a bunch of black cousins, black people related to Fred Smith? Did you know that Fred Smith is actually the guy that founded FedEx, the multi-billionaire? Did you know that he's not actually all white? Did you know that his family that is from Mississippi, that their family were freed slaves that were descended from their masters, and that they were looking like white people in Mississippi, but they were freed and given land? And after these black people who were former slaves that look white were given land, they then turned into white people in Memphis and they live there, which is why they pay black people a lot of money and they give them jobs at FedEx, because they, although you don't know that they are descended from slaves, they are actually descended from slaves as well. They are actually related to the other white people who have the same name, who are not descended from slaves, but they just have a slightly different color. Those people are black people that own Memphis. Okay? They just look white. You just don't know it. So you think that these black people ain't doing anything. They don't have any money. But meanwhile, one of the richest black people who just don't say they black owns FedEx. Okay? Not every black person that is a billionaire looks like a black person. Okay? And not every black person that is black in a family is black. Not every black person has every member of their family being black. Okay? I'm related to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of white people. You don't think any of these people have any power? You're stupid. Okay? If you don't think a little black girl that you see walking around can be the granddaughter of Tom Hanks. You play around with his granddaughter, all of a sudden you're dealing with Tom Hanks. Right? Fred Smith's granddaughter is black. You fuck around with Fred Smith's granddaughter, all of a sudden you're fucking with Fred Smith's granddaughter. You guys come over from Saudi Arabia, you think everybody with dark skin is some slave. Meanwhile, you're fucking with the family of the most powerful people in the world, and you don't even know it. Okay? Fred Smith did not, let me break this to you for people in Memphis. Fred Smith did not luck up and become a billionaire. No, that's a family business. Okay? FedEx, he worked his way up the family business, and he was put in control of a new business that the family started. It wasn't just like, your guy, Jeff Bezos. Dude, Jeff Bezos didn't get Amazon up there just because he was entrepreneurial. No, he was a member of a family and entrepreneurial. So because he showed ambition, they funded his ventures and he became a billionaire. If there was another person in the family that showed a different interest, like they don't want to be famous, all they want to do is be an artist. Do you know what they're going to do for the rest of their life? They're going to be an artist and they're going to make money and live their life because the family's going to support them doing that. There's different people in the American family. And you guys only see color. You see somebody with dark skin and light skin and think they're not related. You never look at my nose. You don't look at my eyes. Don't look at my ears and be like, but you know who does? My cousins. When they see me, they're like, damn, you bald like I'm bald? Yeah. Oh, bro, you think like I think? Yeah. And we're family and they're billionaires. So, bro, what do you think? You think that LeBron James is the only black person in America that can do business with billionaires? There's 900 of them. How do you think 900 people became billionaires? Their family, between second and fifth cousins. Okay? And all the black ones are tokens. Let me tell you how it works. All those, they got 936 odd billionaires in America. All of them are related to each other, with the exception of the non-black ones. Okay? Like Oprah. And the reason Oprah is a billionaire is because people in Chicago let her become one. You got me? The only reason Oprah's a billionaire is because somebody gave her a contract when they were opening cable. And somebody in Chicago that liked her named Bob Blackwell, because a guy named Bob Blackwell said that he liked her and gave her a job, got her a job at WGN. And when she showed she had promise, somebody else, Bob Blackwell, who also made Barack Obama, told them to give her a raise. You think Oprah got it off pure fucking talent? And then she just all of a sudden turned into a sellout for these people later on? No. She's brought in by us. Then she gets rich. Her ego gets big. She gets busted doing something stupid. And then she becomes an op. And now she's selling out to everybody and their mama. Okay? What's going on with Tank and Al Haymon? Oh, nothing. Because they can't put him in jail, Hunter Young, they're going to spread a new rumor. You have to remember, Hunter Young, Al Haymon had a stroke. Hunter Young. Al Haymon had a stroke. So Al Haymon isn't working anymore from what I understand. So you now have people who have a new rumor on Gervonta, which is that Gervonta Davis lost all his money because Al Haymon was stealing it. Do you know why this fucking moron said this? And I'm sorry for saying it like that. Oh, he had a stroke He had a stroke a couple years ago. Al Haymon had a stroke a couple years ago. Anyway, so Al Haymon has a stroke. Now, all of a sudden, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is saying that his money problems are related to people stealing from him. And he says Al Haymon, but he doesn't sue Al Haymon. Now, guess what? They say, oh, Floyd went broke, so Adrian Bronner went broke, and Gervonta Davis is in the same financial arrangement with Al Haymon that Adrian Bronner was in, if that makes sense, right? But let me tell you what the problem with that is. The problem is, number one, Floyd Mayweather Jr. did not have that arrangement with Al Haymon. Al Haymon did not control Floyd's expenses. He didn't. The payments were made to Al Haymon, and then Al Haymon paid Floyd. Floyd will show you $1 million check that is written to Mayweather Promotions. Now, so as far as Gervonta, they're just trying to make Gervonta look bad and trying to make other managers not sign with Al Haymon because there's no Turkey Al-Sheikh money anymore. Listen to me. Dog, we killed Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro. For all intents and purposes, Turkey Al-Sheikh is gone. He is currently getting bombs dropped on his head for talking shit. Hey man, can I tell y'all about I want to get on this crazy autism thing again. Because to me, this is the way my mind works as somebody that has alternative thinking processes. Let me tell you how I think about it. I think all things are connected. So when I see Turkey Al-Sheikh talking all this shit about all this unlimited funds, and then I put out into the universe and to my donor class that Turkey Al-Sheikh and them niggas are going to get the fuck out of America. And I said, fuck Mohammed bin Salman. That's what I said. Now, see, for me, who has something called, as an autistic male, I think that I have the power to do that with my mind. I do. That's the way I think. See, because I have to excuse you. Now that you know what it is, I can give you deeper access to my thoughts. Okay? So a deeper access to this autistic thought that goes through my head is that if I really want Turkey Al-Sheikh to have a bomb dropped on his city, that I can make it happen. That's the way my mind works. So, because you know what the God says, think it, believe it. So I think if I think that his ass is going to get bombed, and I believe that he's going to get bombed, then his ass is going to get bombed. So what I did was I was hoping that he would get the fuck out of boxing because he's talking too much shit and his ass got bombed. That's just how magic works for me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how the magic works for me. I don't know what else to say. If I sit up in this chair and I say, I absolutely want LeBron James to go through a lot of problems for trying to steal $3 billion out of the city of Memphis, it'll happen. Anyway, so that's manifestation. You know what the old school black folk taught you? That you can manifest. So anyway, let me tell you why they got to do this shit with Gervonta. They don't want anybody going to the PBC because they want the fighters to sign to them. The promoters are not playing the game anymore. Got me? The promoters aren't playing the game. There's a promoter war going on. All right? The UK boxing just lost big. Keep LeBron out of this. Hey, that man said, keep Bron out of this. Yeah, I'll keep LeBron out of it. Yes, sir, I'll keep LeBron out of it. Yes, I will. I'll keep LeBron out of this. DHP, no, they ain't got no money. They're fronts, bro. Give me a link. Give me 1 second, man. Look, bro, let's be real. Devin Haney is a front, okay? You're a front. Floyd Mayweather's a front. PBC's a front. You guys are all a front for them little caps, bro. Okay? Let me tell you who you are. I'll get off of LeBron, bro. I ain't gonna try to do no damage to LeBron, bro. All I know is LeBron better leave me the fuck alone. That's all I've always said about LeBron. LeBron and you basketball players better sit your ass down, bro. I've been around you basketball players before, bro. I ain't stupid, okay? You better sit your Hollywood ass the fuck down, bro, because I don't care what balls you bouncing. You got me? Dude, we got a militia. We not worried about you. You understand that every political organization needs a militia? All right. And we got about 500 militias in the United States, bro. I'm not worried about you niggas. Hey, man, hold on 1 second. I got to Google the number of militias in the United States. Number of U.S.-based militias. 60. We got about 300 militia groups, bro. Dog, my fun. Hey, dog, they want me in jail, bro. I know these niggas want me in jail. Oh, my God, bro. I know these niggas want me in jail so bad. They want me in jail so bad. Oh, my God, I just realized what I did. Oh, my God, y'all want me in jail. Hey, bro, these niggas gonna want me in jail so bad, bro. I forgot I funded those militias. Bro, I swear to God, bro, I forgot. I forgot about the militias that I brought in, bro. I forgot, bro. I was meeting with militias, bro. I had a bunch of militias. Man, these dudes, these militias, dude, these cats had drones. These dudes had like fully automatics. These brews had like thousands of sniper rifles. Bro, dude, I put these militia dudes down with this cat, bro, that had unlimited funds, bro, for these militias. Because I said, oh, my God, I forgot about that, bro. Oh, my God. Dog, I'm serious, man. I'm going to get off this shit because I forgot. Bro, I helped these niggas. I helped in about 2006. I got about, damn, how much money was that for them militias? I gave $1,000. Bro, I donated like, I think I might have invested like $7K. I allegedly invested like $7K in some militia. Do you know how much investment that is from my network into those militias, bro? If I gave $7,000 to a militia, it's legal because it's a legal militia. I allegedly gave $7,000 to some militias, which means that everybody in my network gave at least $70,000 to those militias. Which means those militias that went up on that goddamn. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What did I do? Oh, my God. What did I do? Oh, my God. Allegedly, what did I do? Oh, you guys are so fucked. Dude. Okay, let's get back to boxing, dog. Thank y'all for y'all support of this channel. I really do appreciate y'all. Oh, my God, bro. Hey, said it's time to lawyer. Yeah, I'm done. Thump, thump. Dog, no wonder they can't catch Carly Kirk's killer. Hey, bro, No wonder they cannot catch Charlie Kirk's killer. Oh my God. No wonder. From one brother to another, change the topic respectfully. Yes, bro, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Anyway, yeah, I got to change that topic. Anyway, like I said, man, I apologize for anything that I did that may have been accidental. Yeah, I'm done, bro. I can't talk about that, bro. I'm sorry. I can't talk about that. Yeah, oh no. What's good, Isaiah? Anyway, so let's get back to Gervonta, bro. Oh, say yes, Martin. Let's talk boxing. I want to talk Devin and Rolly. Oh, let's talk Devin and Rolly. That's a great one. See, hey, no, seriously though. Yeah, for real. Devin Haney and Rolly, bro. Man, what did I do, bro? I made a mistake. I did something. Anyway, let me talk about Rolly. Devin Haney ain't got no money. Devin ain't got no money. Devin ain't got no money, bro. Look, bro, Devin is broke as shit. And Devin is not allowed to fight. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Devin is not allowed to fight until this Iranian war is over. I mean, I'm serious, bro. I would not be surprised if Devin Haney does not get a legitimate fight for a while. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney gets blackballed. He deserves to be blackballed. Like, Devin Haney, did you hear what Eddie Hearn said to him? Eddie Hearn said, fuck Devin. Eddie said, fuck Devin. So who's going to pay Devin? Eddie said, shout out, hey, by the way, shout out to Eddie Hearn. Hey, by the way, let me do something real quick. Hey, bro, please forgive me for the last topic that I had, bro, that I brought up. Seriously, bro, please forget that I said that. I forgot all about that shit. Thanks, Ox Steel. My bad, bro. Thanks, Ox Steel. I heard that PBC will be begging Haney to come back to the end. Now, please, bro. Hell no, that nigga ain't got no money. Eddie Hearn said, fuck Devin. Eddie said, fuck Devin. Eddie said, I don't want Devin around me, dog. Eddie said, I don't. God damn, you niggas are in trouble, bro. Bro, Bill Haney, let me stop right now, bro. Let me talk about Bill. Bill. Hey, Bill. This is a personal piece of advice from me. And I say this with all love. Bill, never in your life again allow my name to cross your lips. Okay? You may need to edit this part. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. I've already been investigated. Nah, bro, I've already been investigated, bro. Trust me, no. I don't need to get rid of it. No, I already know what I did now. So now I understand why what happened. I'm okay. No, seriously, bro. Yeah. Hey, PA, thank you, Zulu. No. It just explains a lot, dog, for real. It just explains a lot. So, man, boy, y'all, no wonder you getting dog. Let me tell you something. Let me talk to Bill Haney and hey, let me talk to Bill Haney and LeBron. You better shut your ass up around me, boy. Wilder or AJ? Oh, I want Wilder AJ. Hey, AJ, bro, don't you look sideways at me, boy. Ox Steel. I can't talk my shit, Ox Steel. Ox Steel, bro. Ox, I can't talk my shit, though. I joined the gang, bro. Dog, I didn't even be knowing what I'm doing, bro. Oh, bro, same here, bro. Look, bro. Sometimes, I don't know what I be doing sometimes, dog. I didn't mean to do that, dog. I did mean to do it, but I didn't know what I said. I didn't know what I tried to do. I didn't know how big it would get and what that meant. Bro, I didn't know what that meant. But trust you me, I know what it means now. So, bro, you guys better leave me alone. And I mean that with all my heart, bro. No wonder Turkey, Alice. Bro, Turkey. No wonder, nigga, you getting bombed, nigga. I'll bomb you my fucking self. Dog, I will drop them bitches myself. Okay. Anyway, I love y'all to death. Thank y'all for allowing me to tell my truth today. And by the way, everybody should know, I fucks with. No, seriously though, let me talk about Devin Haney. They thought that they had enough political power to fix every fight in his career. That's what they think would. That's what that Bill thought. Bill's a bit. First of all, let's tell you who Bill is. Bill is a federal informant. That's a federal agent. That's my personal opinion. I'm going to give you my personal opinion about Bill Haney. Devin Haney is not a real fighter. Devin Haney is a make-believe bullshit-ass dude that they're putting in all kinds of positions so that he can be the focal point of that organization. But other than that, bro, that's just a shell company with some events going on the top of it. We're really probably dealing with a lot of other type of transactions, like arms deals, like arms deals, like weapons deals, like selling drones, like, I don't know, trying to invade the White House, shit like that. You can't do any of that with no militias. Hey, bro, you can't do any of that with no militias, homie. No U.S. militias. If you don't have no U.S. militias, yeah, exactly. All y'all are doing is just passing all that stuff, and you passing it through the militias. So let me tell you, man, shout out to all the militias out there, bro. Shout out to, hey, dude, more money to you, because I funded you niggas. Ooh. Oh, no wonder you niggas be quaking in your boots, bro. Hey, Zulu Lion Laughing, dog. Look, I didn't mean to do that. I designed a political, I'll tell you what I did, bro. No joke, bro. I wanted to take over the world, bro. And I designed a way to take over the world, and it was just a fantasy. I was just saying, like, hey, you can buy out all the politicians if you do this. You can infiltrate the military if you do this. You can privatize the military if you do this. Damn, dog, I was talking about the privatization of the military and connections with the militias and the retired army in the United States. Yeah, I gave a lot of money to those guys, man. Boy Scouts too. So anyway, man, yeah, y'all are in a lot of trouble, bro. You guys can't move anywhere. You can't leave your house. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. That's what I wanted to do. I got mad, and we wanted to design a program where certain people wouldn't be able to leave their house. And because we wanted to get certain people, we were like, okay, how do you do it? And I remember them answering me the question. I remember them asking me the question when I used to work for a company that was very much in the intelligence community. And they asked me how you could do that. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. And I designed a little system on how you basically run an organization, how you do the politicians, how you get the militias. I also talked about the different, political doctrines, and I got a law degree, and I got an undergrad degree in political science. So I was very expert at it, and they asked me the questions, and I understood it all. And these people went and executed it. Yeah, and now you're in trouble because they executed it. That's your one world plan. I know what the plan is. It's the same plan that they had. Jesse Jackson had a plan. The integration movement. That was their plan. If you recall correctly, like in the 1960s, the way that there was an argument in the 1960s, in the 1950s about whether there should be black nationalism or whether there should be integrationists. Integrationists were the Jewish people. That was the Jewish back people. The nationalistic people are the black back people. I back the black people. I don't back the segregationists, the integrationists. I back the segregationists. I'm not going to lie. I want my money segregated. I do. I want our communities in one community and all our people together so we can live together. Our money can interchange together. That's what I want. I grew up in a white neighborhood and I didn't like it. I prefer to live in black neighborhoods where everybody's black. So I think that we should invest our money in growing big black neighborhoods and having everybody live in that neighborhood, and the rich people in the neighborhood have nice houses, and people that don't quite make as much money, they could have smaller houses, nice houses, but everything works together. We stay in the same house. That's the side that I go with, and it's our money. Right? It's our money. So it really matters what I say because it's our money. I'm the black representative of our family because nobody else in my family is black but me. So I'm the representation to my family of black people. And they're going to invest their money where I want them to invest it for black people. It's just that simple. And as a result, I designed a system and it got funded by my family. The same family that owns everything that you're talking about, but they're just white. And you guys may not think that I'm white, but they're still my family and they still love me. So, and I'm a little retard, little autistic genius. So they got a little autistic genius sitting in a bubble somewhere, and they decide that they're going to do what he asks because I'm very good at my job, and they said he can make us a lot of money. And I proved myself to them. So over time, they used their vast amount of money and resources to put together the program that I wanted to put together, and it's my program. Yep. And that's what it is. And it did include self-defense of black people in our own communities. And I'm very pro-gang. Absolutely, because gangs are malicious. Yes, they are. When they say they don't want black gangs, when they say they don't want black gangs, I don't name a program. Why would I name a program? They just asked me the solution to a problem, and I gave them a solution to a problem. The problem is, how do black people become self-reliant? I gave a political, economic, social program. I designed it. I didn't name the program because I didn't sell the program to anybody. I just was asked the question, and I gave the answer. And then they designed the program, and they executed the program. That's why when I say I want Adrian Fenty to be the mayor of D.C., he's going to be the mayor of D.C. That's when I say Muriel Bowser is going to be the mayor of D.C., she's the mayor. If I say Shirley Franklin's going to be the mayor, she's the mayor. Kasim Reed's the mayor, he's the mayor. My guy in Memphis is the mayor, he's the mayor. Because they're running that system. Seriously, Fred Smith is I've never met him, but I'm 99% sure Fred Smith is my cousin. So it's the same family, just like Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is this guy's cousin. All those billionaires are all interrelated with one another. And guess what? They all get their money from the same source. They get their money from the royal wealth funds. So whenever somebody has a program and the problem and they think it's a good program, they pay for the program because that's what the trust is there for. The only problem with is that people have been using this trust to do the things that they've wanted to do and not the things that I've wanted to do, which is why I fell out with Jesse Jackson, why I fell out with the entire Congressional Black Caucus, why I fall out with my brother, why I fall out with a lot of black leaders, because I don't want to go with the program that they want to go with. They think that if we just get wealthier, that's going to solve our problem. And I told them a long time ago, I'm wealthy. It didn't solve my problems. You're not going to solve your problems until you actually solve the problem of racism, which is the labels being put upon other people and the mistreatment of people. It's not about getting a certain amount of people wealthy. Now, I'm the person from the family that's already wealthy. These are people that are not wealthy that are trying to get wealthy. And Jesse, you got to remember, Jesse Jackson is poor. Martin Luther King is poor. These other guys are poor. They're trying to get rich. Our family's already rich. They're not trying to get rich. They're trying to solve the problem. So I'm trying to solve the problem. I already had money. Before I ever had a job, I was already driving around in Porsches. Before I ever really had a paycheck of my own, I was already living in multiple penthouses. I was already driving around on big boats. I already had dime pieces. I already had huge parties where everybody knew me. It's just not something that I aspire to do anymore because that was a phase of life I was at when I was young. But I had the wealth. I had all of that. But the thing is, that is not going to solve the problem. Because what winds up when you have all that money, you start drinking, you start smoking, you start womanizing, you can't focus, you have no purpose in life. And I had a lot of that on me. So I know that that's not the end goal, but I got through that. I got through it. I went through hard times and I realized, oh man, shit. Money's not everything. Man, I was really arrogant. I've got to care about other people. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. But anyway, I'm a nationalist. And the only black member of this very elite family, and I'm saying this so you guys are the only one. I'm the only one that's in it, that qualified for it. So the only black person. No, segregation is not the solution to racism. Segregation is and allows you to pool your money and do what you want to do. That's what I don't care about your phrase racism. I don't care about it. Because you guys claim that somebody just using the N-word is racist. There's no definition for racism. Nobody even really agrees on what a race is. Is it a country? Is it a nation? Is it this? Is it that? It's all confusion. It's all confusion. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is a very simple thing. Get your hand off my money. Give me my land. Stay away from my money. And do what I pay you to do. And don't interfere with me. That's what black people need to do. We need to not allow other people to play with our money. And that includes people that are black coming into the United States, claiming that they're the same people that we are, meanwhile advocating for positions against us. I'm not going to debate with you. You're going to leave. I'm not going to debate with you. You're going to leave. You're interjecting your ideas into my conversation, and you're going to leave. Okay? You're just going to leave. I'm sorry. Let me go back a second. Who causes the problem when you give a young black man $100 million with no guidance? All of that money is going to leave the door when you give it to him. You're also going to make this guy famous. He's very young. He doesn't have any life experience outside of going to the gym and shooting a basketball. You then make this guy a public spokesman on a bunch of different issues, even though he doesn't even have a high school education. Let's talk about LeBron James, for example. LeBron James does not have a high school education. He doesn't. But yet he was given right out of high school unlimited money and made to be a leader over black people. No, it doesn't. There's not a young black person at the age of 20 or below that is going to know what they know at 45. Same thing with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was not the same man. He may have thought the same things, but he may have approached it in a more mature manner later on in life. Malcolm X, if he had lived to the age of 50, might not have been dumb enough to say the things he said about the Elijah Muhammad, and he might still be alive. If Martin Luther King knew the entire picture and really knew whose money it was, and that the little caps don't have any money, he might have done something different. See, because you have to understand, you guys are taught your entire life to think that the people that go by the name the chosen people, You guys think those guys have money. You really do. You think that they have money. You think Elon Musk is rich. You think Jeff Bezos is rich by themselves when that's not the truth. Jeff Bezos is not an independent entity. That is family money that he is allowed to control. That is family money that he is allowed to control. He is given a certain amount of money and a certain amount in a job to do by the family that he does. Same thing for Elon Musk. Same thing for Rupert Murdoch. Same thing for all these other guys that are put in charge of manipulating all this money. They are educated and schooled for that purpose their entire life, and that is their job. Okay? That doesn't mean that they run the world. It doesn't mean that they run the world. It just means that that is their job. They are given that position to do those services, to make sure that the people do the work. That's it. As far as their net worth, they're completely in debt. Their net worth is negative billions because they don't own it. The family owns it. Their net worth is the same as everybody's net worth. Nothing. Because the family owns everything. Humanity owns everything. Your idea of ownership really means you rent it. Okay? Like you say, no, Zuckerberg works for people. Zuckerberg, all those guys. Man, Mark Zuckerberg is okay. Anyway, no, Mark Zuckerberg is not, that's not his money. Okay? He can have the house because they play the role. He has access to debt is what he has. He has access to capital is what he has. That's why they call their company public, because their company is public and they have a market cap, which is how much money they can get to expand their business. Okay? It's a cap. But they are just there to do their job. They are part of a system. You cannot aspire in your life to be Jeff Bezos. You can't. You cannot work hard every day and become Elon Musk. That is a lie. In order to be Elon Musk, you have to be in the family and you got to work your ass off. Okay? In order to be Idi Amin, and this may trip you, in order to be Idi Amin, you can't just work hard and get to be Idi Amin. You have to be part of the family to be Idi Amin. Okay? Just because Idi Amin presents as a black-faced man doesn't mean that he's not in a family with other people. And that's how he got that position. Similarly, Clarence Thomas, you cannot work your way into being a Supreme Court justice. The family has to believe in you, argue for you, and put you in that position. Okay? You guys are operating under the delusion that there is absolutely free markets and there's absolutely freedom ability. No, that is a lie. You have freedom within your day-to-day movements to make decisions. However, the greater currencies of human activity are managed by the greater human family and delegates of the greater human family. All of this nonsense about the name of this country, the name of that country, this political theory, all that is you guys bapping your fucking lips and trying to make arguments to convince the people who are decision makers. Okay? Nobody that has ever asked me, except for people that are scrubs, what my political affiliation is. The only thing they want to know is, do I support them? And do they get access to the capital that support gets them? Period. And I'm telling you, I don't support you guys. We don't support Turki al-Sheikh. We don't support Mohammed bin Salman. We don't support Eddie Hearn. We don't support Frank Warren. We don't support them. We do support Bob Arum. We do support Al Haymon. We do support Eddie. We do support Oscar De La Hoya. We're the only reason Floyd Mayweather only ever had 2 dimes to rub together. We're the only reason that Floyd Mayweather got the Arturo Gatti fight. We're the only reason that he ever got the money and the opportunities that he got. Otherwise, his ass would have been working at a fucking car lot, beating up people in the park for pennies. Okay? Some of these people that you think are superstars, if somebody in our family didn't hear them sing, they'd still be singing on the corner. They'd still be there. If it wasn't for the people in Chicago that I'm talking about, the Jackson 5 would have never got signed by Berry Gordy, and Michael Jackson might still be working at a McDonald's in Gary. You guys forget who the people are that pick you up out of that place and put you and give you the opportunities. But you don't ever want to pay those people back. You're arrogant, ignorant people that then get a bunch of money in your hands and you become tokens for our enemies. And who are these enemies and what do? They don't have any money. They don't have no weapons. They don't have no muscle. They don't have no land. All they have is lies and manipulation and you. That's all they got is a way, is the intelligence to manipulate your human nature, to convince you that something old is bad. Oh my God, look at that ring. It's so old. Dude, this ring may be 300 years old. It's a silver spoon, right? Look at this. Like, see that? All that is a silver spoon wrapped around my finger. It's a silver spoon. I don't know how much silver. It's a couple ounces worth a couple $100 in raw silver. But this means something. What would Floyd Mayweather say about this ring? What would Floyd say about this ring? Floyd say, oh my God, that's so old. Where are your diamonds? Where are your yellow diamonds? Where are your red diamonds? Why isn't it thicker? Why isn't it? Because these gaudy ass jewelers sell you on the idea that that's what you're supposed to look like. And they dress you around like buffoons. Let's take, for example, how they trick these NBA players to run around dressing like buffoons. You guys are literally going to these you're going to these, oh, I'm rich now. It's my job to get in with fashion. Why? Because we have to break into the fashion industry. We've got to grow our brand. No, you don't, LeBron. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to play basketball because you're great at it. Okay, LeBron? You are a special human being. You are special human being when it comes to athletics, and you are allowed to shine to your greatest potential in the sport of basketball, LeBron. And I applaud you for that, and you deserve every penny that you ever got. Now, that said, when you start fucking around in business, you better sit your ass down, bro, because we're pros. You got me? You are a pro basketball player. Deontay Wilder's a pro basketball player, pro boxer. What happens to me if I get in the boxing ring with Deontay Wilder? Somebody answer this question for me. If I try to play try to fight Deontay Wilder in a boxing match, what's going to happen to me? If Deontay Wilder goes all out on me, and I mean it, all out, what's going to happen to me? Somebody put that, because I want you athletes to understand where I'm coming from. Because this is a warning. If you say anything other than Deontay Wilder is going to kill me, he may kill me. Right? I'm going to sleep. Why? Because that's what he does for a living. Now, if I was going to play basketball From 1 to 1,000 with LeBron James. For a dollar, 1 to 1,000. How many points do you think I'm going to score on LeBron James if I play him? And I'm telling you, I'm playing him for keeps. I'm playing him for his life and his livelihood. How many baskets do you think I'm going to score on LeBron James if LeBron James' livelihood depends on a basketball game between me and him? Somebody answer the question. LeBron James. If I have to play LeBron James in a basketball game, 1 to 1,000, the winner dies. And all I got to do is score 1 point to win. No, I'm not going to get 5. I'm not going to get 1. I'm not going to get 1. No, I'm not going to get 1. If LeBron James does not want me to score basketball on that court, I will not get 1. Not a point, not nothing. All I'm going to do is get beat up, bullied around, and embarrassed. Now let me change sports. You want to play gangster with me? You want to play mob boss with me? Let's play a game called Mob. Let's play a game named Mob Business. I'm the LeBron of it. I'm the LeBron of it. And you are challenging me. You're a basketball player, buddy. You're a basketball player. And you are challenging somebody that daydreams about hiring militias. Let me put it that way. You're a basketball player, or Bill Haney, you're a boxer. Your bots don't bother me. That's just a business bot right there. That's a bot that is meant to cast dispersion on my name. Brother, everybody in this world could hate me. And I mean it. Every single solitary person in this that's listening to me right now can think I'm completely nuts. It's not going to stop you from getting dunked on, man. It's not. It's not. You can put up all the fake conversations and hire all the people you want. It's still not going to keep you from getting put in a box. It's not. You can ridicule me. It's still not going to keep your people from getting put in a box. And I don't mean a physical box. I mean just a box. Like in you're not going to get any business. Because it's nothing for me to tell my family that has the money that we don't want to do business with you ever. You see what I mean? Like for me, all I got to do is pick up the phone and say, I hate you. And that's all it takes for you to lose what you got. So you can keep playing like you have some unlimited fun some Jewish basketball team owners. They're in debt. You work for David Sterling. You remember David Sterling, that owner, in the LA owner of the Clippers that talks so bad about black people? That's who you work for. Those are the people that get you what you need. I don't need those people. And in fact, those people are scared to death of me. Scared to death. Scared to death. That's why they need to talk to you and they don't want to talk to me. You remember that when I said that, Nashville. And I'm going to get up out of here. You remember I said that, Nashville. And I'm talking about the person in Nashville. You can play all these stupid games you want, buddy. Your daddy taught you to play all these little trick games. You know, have somebody look this way while it's really going on over here. Try to get everybody mad about moving the Memphis Grizzlies, which is not going to happen. while you pressure the mayor with this fake pressure to invest a bunch of money in a hotel that you want built there? All right, let me tell you what I know what you're doing. We know full well Memphis ain't moving. But what you want is a concession. You want your business partners to be able to do business in Memphis in exchange for removing the pressure of taking that team away. And I'm already going to tell you, sir, you have no power in our organization whatsoever. You are not a member of our organization. You are not. You have no authority whatsoever. You do not. All you are is somebody my daddy gave a job to. Yeah, they're trying to get a hotel in Memphis. That's what they're going for. They said, well, why? This terrible. They want a new hotel in Memphis so that they can get some money out of the hotels in Memphis. Let me tell you something. These people never care about anything but real estate. Let's be clear. Any business proposition these guys put up is going to result in you losing your property, and it's going to result in you losing your land. Okay? If these guys are complaining about basketball game being boring, it's because they're trying to steal the parking lot. Okay? All they're trying to do is steal the parking lot. And if they can't steal the money, they're going to pressure you into caving and giving them some money. That's what they're doing to the mayor of Memphis. Real estate is always the goal with these people. Always. You can't buy more land. That's what you can't buy any land. We own it all. Do you not know that BlackRock owns all of the land in the United States? BlackRock, a company in our family, is going to own all of the real estate in the world in the next century. Get out of here. It's their money. I'm going to say our money because it's our family. You're not in the family, so you can't say it, but I can say it. So our family, it's our family's money. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to borrow money from us. That's all you do. All of your financiers, what are they? All of these guys that you think are so smart, what are they? Financing. They're in financing, which is what? Finding somebody to give you or loan you money. Why are they so good at finding you money? Because we have all the money and they know us. So they come to us with your idea. We give them money for your idea. They help you work with your idea, and then they rob you. Okay? So they rob you. We already own the land. You have to understand the only thing that you get when you buy land is a deed. A deed. That deed just says that you are the owner. But that ain't your land. You know why? Because we can come in at any point in time through, what do you call it? I forget what you call it. Eminent domain. We have eminent domain, dummy. We have eminent domain, which means we can take your property back at any time. Any of your property. You got me? You dummies don't know the paper you signed. You think you own something. No, you do not. I can call the governor, and within 6 or 7 months, they're going to take your house through eminent domain. They're just going to move a highway straight through your shit and kick you off the land. Okay? It's all about the land. That's why I said I was a genius when I got all the mayors. Because the mayors and the U.S. Conference of Mayors are where all the people are. All politics are global. That's what are local, not global. These dummies always want to talk about global. I always want to talk about local because I'm smarter than them. The reason they want to talk about global, let me tell you why. Because they don't own anything. And they tell you it. They do not have a homeland. Why don't they have a homeland? Because they don't own it. It's that simple. The reason they don't have a homeland is because they don't own no land. The reason why they're in finance and so good at finance is because they have to borrow money from us for their ventures that we let them do. Other than that, we'll kick them out the country. Very fast. Not difficult at all. We will tell them, let me tell you how we'll do it too. We'll kick them out the country because we know who they are. See, when they change their name, when they come in the country and their name is Harold Dvorak, after they're there for 3 years, Haymon Dvorak changes into Lewis Washington. Okay? They changed their name. But bro, we still know who you are because we still got your records from where you came in the country, and we got your parents' records, and we got your great-grandparents' records. We know who all these people are. So when you're talking to somebody that says they're from here, bro, we already know they're from there. So let me tell you what Bill Haney is. Bill Haney, in my opinion, is an intel op. He's an intel op that nobody wants to do business anymore because he doesn't have any dirt on anybody anymore. That's why it's more important to know mayors than a president. Absolutely. Presidents get you into wars. I just wanted to be able to get rid of you. I'm autistic, I'll tell you. I'm leaning into my autism today. I already know how to get every one of you. Okay? No, I didn't circle back to Bill. I said Bill is an op. It didn't circle back to him. It was a random point. Bill is an op. Bill is getting money from these people. Bill's an op. Yep, that circled back to Bill because I wanted it to. Bro, my mind doesn't work the way your mind works. If anybody is talking to me directly, there's somebody that's a problem. Let me help you guys with how you solve problems in your life. If you got a problem in your life, 99.9% of the times it's somebody close to you. As soon as Bill Haney got close to me, I started getting death threats. What do you want me to say? As soon as I got near Bill Haney, I started getting death threats. Yes, I did. As soon as I got near him. I had a bunch of people telling people not to come to my channel, and I got blackballed by Bill Haney. And there was this big push and all kind of drama. Yeah, as soon as I met Bill Haney, I started having a bunch of drama. In my personal life and otherwise. He's an op. That's what he is, and he just found out that he couldn't fuck with me. I'm going to tell you what happened to Bill. Bill has this is my opinion, but I'm going to bust Bill out. Bill Haney, Victor Conte, and several other people in the boxing world have high-level security clearances. I wouldn't be surprised if Blue Blood had a security clearance from the military. They have military security clearances. Yeah. You got Turkey, dude, in order to work with Turkey al-Sheikh, bro, you got to register as an agent of a foreign nation. You have to register to work with him. How do you think Bill Haney is getting access to another con in Victor Conte, who basically is a steroids dealer? Bro, Victor Conte, let's be real. Victor Conte was a steroid dealer that nobody could put in jail. You got Devin Haney bragging about VADA. Bro, let me tell you, Devin Haney will never test positive with VADA if he's an op. Let me break this to you. If you're a government informant, and you are a professional boxer, you will not lose a fight. You know why? Because if you're a government agent, you can take steroids legally because you're doing it under the behest of an investigation, and VADA will not be allowed to test the positive results. All you have to do in order to pass every one of your drug tests is become a government informant. The only thing that you have to do to fix boxing matches and have a degree of immunity is to become a federal agent. Why do you think that Terrence Crawford got off of an armed robbery charge? Terrence Crawford committed an armed robbery on tape and got off. He's getting $20 million passed through mystery hedge funds from mysterious. That nigga's an op too. He's an op too. That's why he didn't get convicted that's why he didn't get convicted of that armed robbery. And more than likely, that's probably why he didn't get convicted for that armed robbery. Because he cooperates with the police on investigations into boxing and in the organized crime. And he snitches on certain families out of Chicago. Yeah, you're a dog. Come on, man. That's how he got out of that. That's why he had enough nerve to tell me something about my mama, which is suicidal. That's the only thing I can say it. He's in the family, bro. Man, dude, Tiger Woods is in the family, bro. Tiger Woods is in the family, bro. That's why they trying to kill Tiger. How do you feel about Tiger Woods being able to call Trump after crashing his car? I mean, they're friends. I don't have a problem with it. They let him get out the country because somebody probably trying to kill Tank. Somebody trying to kill that nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think somebody trying to off that dude. No joke, bro. They're setting that nigga up for his death, just like Michael Jackson, bro. They setting Tiger Woods up for a slow, painful death because he had the nerve to win the Masters. He had the nerve to be the best at that. No, those people are trying to hurt that kid. They're trying to hurt that man. That man has been in so many car accidents. He's had purple paint bombs thrown at him, all because he resists those people. And he didn't re-sign with Nike. The Nike Mafia. He didn't sign with the Nike Mafia. So now I think they're trying to hurt my guy, personally. There ain't that much accidents in the world, bro. Hold on a second. Joe, what up, man? Salute to the Fanon in the chat. Thank you, brother. That last, what was janky? What was janky? Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Man, thank y'all for chopping it up with me today, man. I needed it, man. I really did, dog. I needed that. I won't talk about this shit too more, but it helps me get my shit together, dog. Thank you so much. Hey, man, Ralph Chestnut with the $5 holler. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. What accident in L.A.? Oh, look, man, I'm just telling you, bro, I think Tiger Woods got powerful enemies, man. All right, yeah. Hey, Fanon came in later. Did you see Mayweather Hurts on Zuffa this weekend? Was Trey Andre Ward big time sparring? Hey, man, Fern. Hey, Fern, what's your full name, Fern? Somebody left a comment at me, bro, that was real harsh, bro, that I thought was you. Because they had the same name as you. Sometimes we have to vent when we all have these thoughts that most can't comprehend. Yeah, man, it really fucking sucks, bro. Because people take a long time to catch up. But I'm going to try to make the shit dumb for people. Bro, I'm not trying to hear this shit. This is all one system. It's always been one system. It's all one system. And these dudes be janky, bro, and I'm rooting for Tank. Because Tank is on the squad that's supposed to lose. You know what I mean? LeBron James changes teams any and every single time he thinks he has an advantage. Other ones, stay the course and play their whole career like Kobe. You know what I mean? Some people get drafted and they got enough honor to play their whole career right where they're loved and right where they think that they can, help the community. But, that's not LeBron, bro. LeBron thinks, oh, let's just move everything. Let's end this. Bro, you're a sellout, LeBron. And I'm telling you from somebody that cannot sell out. I can't sell out. I don't have the ability to get the nice things in life that you guys get. My shit is limited. You know what I mean? What people in the family get is we get security. And we get to be growers of society. We get to be constructive in what we do. And that's the benefit that we get for the jobs that we do behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. While you guys want to be on the stage. You guys are a bunch of actors and performers. And that's okay. You're an actor, you're a performer. But, bro, there is no performance without the stage, LeBron. Not every city in the world is going to be New York City. Not everybody. You see what just happened to Dubai for playing with people's money? Again, let me say that when I got my last 15 minutes. Y'all saw what happened with Dubai when they started playing with people's money, LeBron. You see what happens when you start playing with the money. It reverberates in ways you cannot imagine. You would never think that fucking with somebody's fight in Florida would fuck with somebody's oil coming out the Strait of Hormuz. You never thought that, did you? Let me talk to y'all for a second because I want to talk real to people. I like boxing and learn more about boxing. That's not my statement. I said, did you say that shit about fuck me? Is what I said, Fern. What I meant to ask you, there was somebody named Fern that said fuck Fanon for supporting Gervonta. And it was Fernando and the thing said Fern. So I'm asking you, are you the Fernando that said fuck Fanon? That's what I'm asking. Because there's a lot of people that come around me that when they're not around me says fuck Fanon. So I'm just asking you straight up. Are you the Fernando? Is your name short for Fernando? And are you the Fernando that went to Twitter and said fuck Fanon? Because clearly the Fern could be short for Fernando. I didn't see you in like 3 or 4 days after I had supported Gervonta. You don't like to talk about Gervonta that I can recall. And many times people come by my channel and then they go somewhere else and talk bad about me. I read your comment every day. So I don't know if you're that Fernando or not. But if you're that Fernando, bro, I would appreciate it if you didn't come back. You know what I mean? All right, thank you, bro. I just asked the question, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. That's why I asked the question, bro. Like I said, bro, I'm not right in the head. I'm not. So I just wanted to ask the question. Because I get disrespected by a lot of people, bro. A lot. I get disrespected by people in Nashville who the only reason they have a job is me. You know what I mean? Like, I literally get disrespected by people that would not have a job without me. They wouldn't be employed without me. They would have never met the people that they met without me. They wouldn't have had any of their opportunities without me and still wouldn't have any opportunities without me. But you guys want to play the narrative that I'm a little retarded boy and keep me in a box and make all the decisions for me. And then go out and deal with people like Bill Haney directly. Deal with people like Turkey Al-Sheikh directly. And you want to be the go-between me and them. And as soon as your little act falls apart, You want to go start talking about boxing and try to find a way to manipulate my friend in Memphis to give you money. You guys are everywhere that I am. And it's not coincidental. Said frequent flyer does that to you on Blue Blood Shades. Yeah, obviously he is. Because he's paid. Let me tell you what I did, bro. I made a mistake and I funded these guys. I made a mistake by funding the LDBC. I funded that. It was my decision to make a black boxing network of interconnected channels that could all work together for the greater good of boxing. That was my idea, and my people are the ones that funded it. They got the initial funding, and then they sold out and said, oh, you guys don't have to do these videos. We'll just pay everything for you. Don't worry about earning money through AdSense and Super Chats. We'll just give you the money out of the marketing budget. All you got to do is just don't work with Martin, because we want Martin's idea to fail. Because I had an idea about how I could revolutionize boxing, and this asshole didn't like it and wanted to prove that he was smarter. So he brought in a bunch of people to compete against me, who besmirched my name, who affected my money, who shifted boxers and ruined boxers' careers, all because they want to prove that they're more powerful than I am in any area that I go to. If I'm in information systems, you got to show you're smarter. If I'm over here if I'm even talking about boxing, you got to come over here to boxing and show how smart you are. You got to try to gamble with me. You got to play games with me. If I have a YouTube show where I'm talking to people, all of a sudden you quit your job and you got to have a YouTube show where you have a person you're talking to doing the same thing I'm doing with your big ass hat on. Meanwhile, you're just somebody being funded by an idea that I paid for, that my family and my people are paying for. The same way you're stealing all that fucking money. Same way you come on, you have enough nerve to get in front of this little autistic boy who doesn't know what you're saying and tell me that you have access to unlimited funds. I'm sorry, the shell game's off the table, you broke fucks. The shells are off the table, you broke fucks. You don't have anything but debt. That's all you have. Because you keep asking to borrow money. 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 Let me invest. Can I get an investment? Can I get an investment? I got a new idea. Can I get an investment? I got a new idea. Can I get an investment? I want to start a YouTube channel. Will you invest in me? That's all you want us for, is the investments. So you go to the little retarded boy, think you can play with the little retarded boy for a second, and then go get the money from his family. And the family's going to give it to you because they are stealing his money. And there's no other way to say it. Okay? They're just stealing the money. They're misappropriating the money. They're conning people. And you are aiding and abetting with them. So the gig is up, bro. I don't care what sport it is in. I don't care whether you see shit on the internet or not. He robbed Errol Spence of an honest fight. He robbed Errol Spence of I'll tell you how he robbed Errol. He robbed Errol because Errol was attacked by these same people. Those car accidents that Errol Spence Jr. was not those aren't accidents. The torn retina, his lawyer, his team turning against him, and Derrick James suing him. Long ass layoffs for Gervonta Davis. Dude, this shit isn't accidental, bro. You guys are setting this shit up. Okay, this shit's not an accident. You guys are setting these guys up so they can't have fights, so that you can get the money in the boxing events that you want the boxing events to be in. And somebody sent the word last night that they were not paying for Deontay Wilder's fight. That's why you had to fix the fight. Tell the truth, guy. The reason why Deontay Wilder won is because somebody said, I'm not supporting this fight. I'll support his next title fight. Other than that, Deontay wouldn't have won that fight. Other than that, that shit was fixed all the way from the referee, from the time that you mocked him. First of all, you mocked him and claimed that he and caused issues with his gloves to mock him. You got him fighting Derek Chisora in Derek Chisora's go-away fight. You have a ref that literally is pretty much about to punch Deontay Wilder in the head. But yet he still got the decision on one card. You saw how mad AJ was with his bitch ass when Deontay Wilder walked out with the win. When he walked out with the win, it wasn't a situation like what you did to Deontay Wilder before, where Deontay Wilder got to fight a streaking and healthy Joseph Parker, and AJ gets to fight Francis Ngannou. You know what? Because you Islanders are not going to steal this American money anymore, Spencer Fearon. Now let me talk to Spencer Fearon. That's why your boys are gone, bro. Spencer Fearon. I did it. Spencer. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Scout's honor, buddy. I did it. Just like I told you, Spencer. When you threatened me, remember Spencer Fearon? Let me talk to Spencer Fearon specifically. Give him the message. Hey, remember Spencer when you threatened me, bro? And you talked about how Daniel Kinahan, what he does to people that he don't like. You remember that? Spencer Fearon of MTK Global. Do you remember Spencer Fearon when you sent me those pictures and you thought that you were scaring me when you showed me the machine guns of guys getting shot? You remember that, Spencer Fearon, when you sent that to me on WhatsApp? I still got the videotape, bro. You remember that? Oh, because I don't tell everybody everything. But that's the conversation I had. So, Spencer, I did it. I did it. Spencer, I did it. You hear me, Spencer? Fearon, before I get off of here, I did it. Me. Them dudes are not there no more. Because of me. Now, all you little island niggas that think you got muscle, all you little UK niggas that think you can call them little caps to save your ass, you remember what I told you today. Don't fuck around with me.